wellness. I have guests on the show, so Preston will have to collaborate again in the future and do like an actual interview where I get to ask you all the questions I want to ask you in a safe space of healing. So we're definitely going to do that moving forward. DLE Radio is the platform that I'm on. My engineer is somewhere around here. I think he walked away, but you can go to my Instagram and check out the show. If you have any ideas, if you have any questions, or if you need some wellness coaching, I'm your girl. So without further ado, let's get ready for this moment of motivation with Queen of Hearts and the Master Builder, Preston Harris. So thank you so much. And thank you to Macy's and everybody else that came out here. Market by Macy's is providing an opportunity for all of us right now, specifically minorities. So definitely we have to support each other, and they're giving us, facilitating this event for us to be able to do that, and also a space for us to be able to do it in peace. So thank you so much to Market by Macy's and Shanice for coordinating and making this happen for all of us as a collective. So without further ado, let's go. So I guess the topic at hand would be men, or this is the men's day. So we'll talk about things. So normally when you think about self-care, when you think about just self-care or just daily care in general, you instantly think about a woman because she's usually a nurturer or someone that's doing the facilitation of those things. To me, I feel like it's just as important for you as an individual adult in the world, providing whatever it is you provide, specifically a man who's looked at in a certain way for strength. With strength also comes you needing a space to be able to be, vulnerable, and also to be able to take care of yourself in peace. So for me, self-care is something that's very necessary for men, and they may not recognize that or be embraced or encouraged to do so because they have such a role and a responsibility, and it's been kind of shunned upon as a weakness when a man is kind of vulnerable and things like that. So I feel like one thing, and I'll have a question for you in a second about that, but what are your thoughts on that as far as how self-care plays roles or an active role in men's lives, and where you are with that in your life right now?
I really think that self-care looks different for men than it does for women. I feel like self-care for us sometimes may just be having some time alone. Having some time for me it's the gym. If I get a chance to go take 30 minutes to just go hit some weights or go be by myself, that allows me to kind of reset. And with men, sometimes we feel like we're at war all day. We're at war all day. We got to go to work and then at war. Sometimes we're at home and it's war. But having that time to just kind of reset and refresh, I think with women you see that with a lot of their skincare routines, and with BareSkin, having that time to put that water on your face and feel good about yourself. For me, myself, the time I do that is when I'm at the gym. At least I'm working on something that I know is going to make me feel better about myself. And so that's my time. That's what I think of it. For some men it's reading, for some men it's, lighting a candle, smoking or something like that, but it looks different for everyone. And I think that as men, the more we take time to reset, so that way we can be our best selves for the people that we got to go to war for, the better that we'll be in those situations.
100%. I think that's something to be commended also, and I think that we as a collective have to get better with allowing each other the space that we need and the place that we need to be able to do that. Like you said, you're at war a lot. We all are. We're out, working, we're taking care of the things that we have to take care of, and I think a self-care routine is definitely whatever you make of it. If it, like you said, it could be you at the gym. It could be somebody just sitting in their backyard, but you have to provide a space for yourself, because at the end of the day, your peace is your priority. No one else can give that to you. So would you say that the products, loving your roots, the product skincare line and the products that you guys use or you have for available to use are a part of your self-care routine, and does it give you some type of peace? It does.
Yeah, I would say this is a BareSkin beard, so when I need to go out, taking that time to put that in my beard so I can feel good about myself. These candles, I have a candle at home, this BareSkin Macy candle. Sometimes it's just taking that 5 minutes when I get home, lighting that candle real quick, and then just looking at it, burning off everything that was going on in my day, burning off everything that was on my mind, and then getting back to it. And so I think it's just the little things, and you know, with good products, it makes you feel good about yourself. And so it's always good to have products like these that are very organic and that are good for you, so that way I can be the best representation of myself to the world.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so the products definitely do it. I'm sure there's essential oils and things that are kind of soothing to you as well. We can all see the BareSkin beard. It's not a lie. clearly it works. It works, right? So chebe powder is one of the main ingredients in the beard.
So, to be honest with you, I'm not going to tell you I know all the products in there. But what I do know is that I've tried a lot of beard oils. You know, most men have tried, when you have a beard, somebody's going to give you something. And out of all the products that I have, this is one that I continually go back to. This is a leave-in conditioner, so it makes it nice and soft. It makes it feel good, and it's not crunchy, you know, and it got a little bit of a shine to it, and that's what you want. You want it to be noticed when you go out and when you step out.
It's noticed. Okay. So one of the key things that you said actually stuck out to me. So you did say, basically what I got from what you were saying was consistency, providing a space for yourself. So you said that so when you light the candles, that triggers peace for you, that triggers a time where you can decompress and actually quiet your mind. That's when you get your balance. And I think it's important also to say that self-care, no matter what it is, doesn't have to be a lengthy process. It literally could be 5 minutes out of your day when you quiet your mind. It could be when you're driving in your car. I literally do my moment of motivations most of the time in my car, because that's where I feel the most peace, and it's where I can control the environment. There's nobody there but me. I can turn my brain off. I control the elements. I control the temperature, and I'm just there with my thoughts, and it's just, you know, just a clear shot to wherever I'm going, and I'm able to decompress and also innovate and kind of, you know, think future forward without any interference. So what is something else that you do besides working out and using your candles that you feel like is something that you can give advice? Because what we're here to do is provide a service for people, and also to give them something to take with them throughout the week or throughout their lives on their journey. So what's something else that you do on a regular basis that you feel like instantly when you do it, it kind of takes you away from the pressure or the daily activities that you have that may kind of rattle you a little bit?
Gratitude, like really taking 5 minutes or getting my notebook and writing down 3 things I'm thankful for and the reasons why. Because we got so many things that we can complain about. And when I'm thinking about self-care, I gotta look at the situations that I'm in and that are around me and say, what am I grateful for? What is good for me? What's going right instead of all the things that are going wrong? And that moment of gratitude, that moment to thank God, because like sometimes we don't even think about, you know, our bodies work without us doing anything. We don't tell our feet to walk. We don't tell our heart to beat. We don't do any of those things. And how often are we grateful for that? When something don't work, we quick to say something about it. But how often is it working, and how often are we thankful for it working? And so just taking that time to say, man, thank you for this oxygen that comes in my lungs. Thank you for this heart that beats. Thank you for my legs that work. You know, even if it's just that, because everything else could be going wrong, but if I can get up and walk, somebody else can. And so taking the time to be grateful gives you that reset. And for a lot of us, you know, people are going to bring things to our attention that are going wrong. But if I can say, you know, what are the 3 things you're thankful for, it may take somebody a long time to think about that, because all they focus on is the negative instead of all the positive things that are going on. So that's what I would encourage people to do, no matter what walk of life they're in. They can find 3 things that they're thankful for and the reasons why.
I agree with that. I definitely think it takes less energy to be grateful for the things that you may not have realized. Because it takes a lot of energy out of your day or just out of your existence to complain and to recognize the things that aren't right when there's so many things that are good and so many things that are happening. on a regular basis. So I know we talked about quotes before. So my quote is, things are always working out for me. I try to use that as my moment of gratitude. I do try to wake up in the morning and have a little bit of gratitude. It just depends on what I'm doing that day, how long I'm able to take for myself to be able to indulge in that. But I do have a place of peace, but I do always say that the resistance is the part of the gratitude process, or just the journey that you're on, that actually makes it harder. So with resistance is the complaining, the arguing, all of the things that we don't like to feel. But if you start your day off and lead with kindness and kind words and love, a lot of times your day goes so much easier just because you took away the resistance. So just keep thinking things are always working out for me.
But like, even be grateful for the resistance sometimes. Like, because I'm getting stronger. Like, at the end of the day, like, resistance is there to make you stronger. Resistance is there to put you in a place where anything that comes after you, you can handle. And so, like, we on a journey to build something. When you're building a brand, you're building a business, that's hard. It's tough. You got people who you expect to rock with you who don't rock with you. Some days you may not sell nothing. Sometimes it's tough when something goes wrong. But that resistance, every time I'm making it through. And so being grateful for the resistance, because I know that things are always working out for me, like you said. And I know I'm going to make it to the perfect place at the perfect time. So I'm grateful for this resistance because it's giving me what I need, so that way when I get to where I'm going, I'm ready, I'm prepared, and I'm able to receive.
An open space of receiving, that's great. Okay, so does anybody have any questions for the master builder himself? No? No one has a question? Okay. I know you do, I'm avoiding that, like the plague. All right, ask me a question.
So, being a woman in business, what are 3 things that men can do to support you as you continue to build and grow the things that you're doing?
3 things that specifically men can do to support me in my business. Allow me a safe space to do what I need to do in a place. So I use the word resistance a lot in a way of, because I feel like the thing that people focus on is the resistance versus what it's going to show you on the other side. So I think providing a safe space for me to be able to talk about my failures, talk about my gifts, all of these things, and provide a space for me to be able to go and do that. Whatever you have, I think that people in general, and this isn't just targeted towards men, I think that just in general, like you did just say a few minutes ago, the people that you think are going to be there to support you may not always be the ones to support you. So I think that just treating everyone with kindness and also acknowledging that the same respect and the same love and care that you need on your journey is the same thing that other people need, and just allow them to do that, just in peace. Like I said before, peace is within you. But you can be, distracted and all of those things. And if you just don't, if you're not going to make a contribution, make an exit. Is that 2 things? I think that was 3. Those are my 3 things. And that's that. And that's just not specifically for men. It's anybody. I just feel like, just give people the same respect that you would want. And if there is no contribution, just allow the person to move. And that's it. Get out the way. Stay out the way. So what would you do? What would you do to help me build my success? Same question, but if you were the man in question, what were the things that you'd be able to provide?
The biggest thing that I provide to anybody that I feel like is in my circle and is in my sphere of influence is I'm gonna give you that confidence that you can achieve. Like, I'm gonna be your number 1 biggest fan. Like, I'm also a trainer. I train a lot of different people. I host a program called Fit Church, and one thing that we talk about, and one of my rules, and the most important rule, is you're not gonna say nothing bad about yourself. And when people come into my space and when they come and work with me, that the one rule is that you're not gonna talk about my friend while you're sitting here next to me. And the way we talk about ourselves sometimes is the most detrimental thing to us. And if I can give you that confidence to say that it's not allowed for you to talk about yourself like that with me, then maybe you will not talk about yourself like that with yourself. And because, you know, in training, you're going to fail. You're not going to do everything perfectly. And sometimes, you know, oh, I didn't do, no, you did a good job. You just didn't work out. That's okay. You know, keep moving. You did, look at the sets you did right instead of focusing on the ones you did wrong. And so I think that's the biggest thing, is just reminding people how great they are, reminding people how awesome they are, reminding people that how much they've accomplished, and that they can do more. And so that's the thing that when I talk about Master Builder, it's not so much that I know more than anybody, or, you know, I do have some connections, I can put you in some places, but I'm gonna make sure that when you step into the light or you step in front of people, that you're gonna feel the best about yourself, that you're gonna know what you can accomplish, and that you know that you got somebody in your corner that if you need that boost of confidence, that I got you.
Okay. So was there anything else you'd like to leave the people with? I'm going to leave them with my affirmations, but I would love for you to leave them with something from your heart.
I feel like we're in a space as a people where we have to define our value. We have to define what we are and what we want. We see in the media, especially as black men, that when we express our feelings or we share something, that we get torn down and they try to take things from us every time. And what we need to do as a collective is, you see these other cultures, how they come together around one another. If somebody attacking them, they band together, we'll cancel you. And if we did that as a culture for one another, if we stood up for each other like that, where will we be? Where could we be? And so I just want us as a people to have more love for one another, to stand up for one another more, to support one another more, even when it's hard, even when it's not popular, you know. And I also want us to define what our value is. You know, we can't be bought. We can't be sold. If you look at our history and you look at where we come from, we've accomplished so much. Every time they try to knock us down, we get back up. And we get up better, we get up bigger, we get up stronger. And so defining that and saying, you know, we're not gonna go for this as a people. If we band together, we're stronger together. And so that's my biggest thing, is defining who we are, defining what we are, and saying that together we're stronger. Together we can accomplish anything we want, and we're gonna have each other's back as we go along that road. I have a book right now an ebook right now that I'm pushing and promoting just to help people finish the year strong. It's called Define Your Value. And so I'd love to share it with you. It's an ebook. I can send it to you right after we get done with this. But I really want you to look at your year and look at the end of this year and define, like, all right, I know what I want for 2023. This is how I'm going to finish. This is how I'm going to finish this year, because most people are on cruise control. I'm going to cruise until the end of this year. But if we go pedal to the metal, if we turn up at the end of this year, we're going to put ourselves in a position where we can dominate 2023. And, you know, things are shifting, things are changing, you know, but if we're the ones who are prepared for that change, if we're the ones who put in work to make sure that we're in position to receive the blessings of that change, then our kids are going to thrive, our kids' are going to thrive, and everybody after that. So that's what I would encourage you to do. I'd love for you to follow me. My Instagram is Preston R Harris. That's Preston R Harris. I have a platform called XOD Network where I put a lot of my content on. So I'd love for you to do that. And I'd love to serve you in any way I can, whether it be training, helping your business, or just being that positive person in your ear. Thank you so much for the time, though, because I think that with your energy and the things that you talk about, there's a lot of things we can talk about up here. And for you to bring it to such a positive space and a wellness space, an encouraging space, I commend you for that. And I think that's very important.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thank you, because this is such an easy conversation to have. So thank you for your energy as well and your words of wisdom. I'm going to leave everybody with some affirmations so that they can take them with them through the week, on your journey, whenever you feel like you need a little bit of inspiration. So you can repeat them, record them, do whatever you want. This is a gift for you from Queen of Hearts. So the first one is, I allow my peace to fill my spirit. fill my spirit. I am filled with joy, happiness, and love. I am becoming closer to my true self every day. I choose to move forward with life. All right, thank you, everybody. Namaste.